Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're taking a look at a brand new custom knife arrived just this morning by a UK custom maker I've not had a knife from before, and that is Andy Brock, or A Brock. You can find him on Instagram. I will put all his details in the description below. I asked for this knife to be sort of custom made for me before I went to Texas, so I think let's say it was maybe the last week of February. Contacted me a couple of days ago saying he was making it, and then it turned up this morning. So 5-6 weeks sort of wait time for it. I mean, perfect for a custom knife. I've got no issues waiting for a knife, especially for something that's being made to your specifications. Knife came in this little green little sort of velvety style bag, and inside that it came in this slip. No idea the slip was coming. Just a nice little brown leather slip to sort of house the knife on its way to you, just to make sure it's not going to get damaged. One of Andy's business cards here, so you can see you've got A Brock Folding Knives, his contact, which is abrock_foldingknives_UK, and his email is andy.brock@icloud.com. So a nice little business card there as well. And then we also have the certificate of authenticity, which he has written himself. So date of manufacture, March 25. I went for a Barlow. Blade length is 70mm or 7 centimeters, 01 tool steel. Close length of 160mm, and open length, sorry, 160, close length 90. It's got a 12-inch hollow, brass liners and bolsters, and I went with Bog Yew, and he's put a fantastic sharpening angle. I'd love anything between sort of 20 and 25. I think that's absolutely perfect. But let's take a look at the knife. Look at this thing. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? Beautiful Bog Yew on here. Move these out of the way so you've got prime focus. Look at the grain on that. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot feel anything, just the brushed brass bolsters into the wood is all you can feel on the front there, and that's just the texture change. Not a single gap on the back. Absolutely beautiful all the way round. Hafting is just superb. There's nothing sharp on here at all. Even the back of the tank's nicely rounded off, and I love these brushed brass bolsters. I think they look absolutely fantastic. His customs normally come with steel liners and nickel silver bolsters. I'm a big fan of brass and a big fan of sort of carbon steel, which is why I went for the 01 tool steel and the brass bolsters. But I think it looks fantastic. Centering just off, but you know, it's a custom knife. It's not touching the liners by any way. It's quite a way off, so more than happy with that. And I actually quite like how little of the blade is exposed for a Barlow, because some Barlows you get and they come up to about here and then dip back down. They've got a very nice long pull on here as well. But I just can't get over the Bog Yew. I think it's beautiful with that brass bolster. Let's take a look at some specs in inches. So we have a close length of just about 3.5 inches. We have a width of about 1/2 inch. Use the nail neck to open this. You can pinch it, but nice little snap into the half stop. And you can see there, A Brock of England. But look at that clip point blade. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Hand sort of finished blade. You can see those grind lines all the way down. Nice reasonable blade stock as well, down to a nice delicate point, but not too delicate. And then really nice snap on the open. Look at that profile for a knife. Absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the things I will say about the way he's engineered this knife, you notice the kick isn't very low down, or it's not sticking out as much, but you might not be able to see it, but you can. I've been looking inside it and I can see that this part of the back spring here sits a lot lower than all this part in here. So he's obviously designed the kick to be more on the spring than it is on the blade. And there is no blade wrap whatsoever. I've checked, I've slammed it down, nothing. Nice edge on that 01 tool steel on the hand finish blade. Absolutely beautiful all the way down. And this thing is razor sharp. Action is superb into the half stop. and to the close. And as I mentioned, you can pinch this open, and I'd say it's about a 7, maybe a 7.5 at a push, but perfectly usable for a Barlow, and this is no exception. Take a look at the blade length, 2 3/4, and then a 2.5 inch cutting length. So it's very standardized for a Barlow. Pretty much most Barlows you find are going to be that sort of size range. But I am absolutely taken back by Andy's work. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Now his prices do vary, so the price of mine might not be the same price as yours, depending on how you spec it out. But get in touch with Andy via his Instagram. He will get back in touch with you. He'll let you know how much the weight is, what material he's got, the rough sort of price estimate, and then when the knife's being made, he'll let you know what that sort of price is going to be. But I am very, very impressed with this knife. For quite a new custom maker, he's doing a fantastic job. I mean, look at the pins. He's picked out a beautiful bit of wood as well. I love this straight grain on here. Really nice sort of thick brass liners as well, make it look absolutely flawless. Overall, very, very impressed with Andy's work. Love his little stamp, or is that an etch on there? Feels like a deep etch on there. Could be wrong, but it's nice and clean, nice and clear. A. Brock, England. But a beautiful knife. One thing I do want to say as well, this thing is flush in the half stop position as well. You don't tend to find that quite a lot on slip joints. A lot of the time it just stuck at whatever angle it gets put at when they make it, but it's nice to see that some custom makers like Andy and Ashley are making sure that's flush in the back. Now, does it detect from the knife in any sort of way? Nope, not in the slightest. It's just a sort of a design preference, which I like, and I like to see, you know, it being engineered to be that sort of way. But there we go, that is my review of the Andy Brock Custom Barlow, and that is in 01 tool steel, and we have brass bolsters and liners and the Bog Yew wood. Absolutely beautiful colours. If you want to get in touch with Andy, I will put his details in the description below, but I'll hold them up on screen here for you now. But I really hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.